Past assistant area to 28 director of program quality, and took many other leadership roles in Toastmasters. A part of many socio-cultural organization, active member of ICC, ICPF, Under Embassy of India. A good trainer, anchor, motivational speaker, and she also has conducted many motivational sessions in India and Qatar. Ms. Sabeena, it's my privilege and honor to invite you for the session. Over to you.
Thank you, Engineer Arjun, for such a nice introduction. Very warm good evening to everyone. It's my great pleasure to be the presenter of this evening on behalf of GECW Bangalore chapter. Today, we are going to have a session on ethical hacking techniques. You might be thinking why and how, right? Let me try to share my screen. Can you see the screen? Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Ethical hacking. Before starting ethical hacking, I would like to give a quick glance about cybersecurity and the importance. The entire world is on tip of our finger. You can order or you can avail any service or product with a touch. That is the situation of the world, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic situation, which has brought to us or glued us into the screen where the delivery mode of the world has changed. So this is the time of the need of the hour. Maybe you can say the cybersecurity is in its utmost need. So this cybersecurity and importance, you know that our children or adults, whoever having an internet connection, are exposed to the data exploits. Data can be anything through your mobile device, tablet, computer, anything. These exploits are very usual in every field, whether it is commercial or personal. Regardless of the nature of the data, it's under exploits. So here, we are not spending too much time on these exploits. Let me take you quickly to the ethical hacking. Ethical hacking states that it's a practice involving deployment of hacking techniques to identify vulnerabilities in a given information system, software, or program. You might think, for example, suppose I am working or you are working as working in a bank. Just imagine yourself and you want to test the strength or weakness of your own system, banking system or software. Then the banking management or owners will hire ethical hackers to check the weakness and strength of their system. Here, ethical hacking, you might also ask, why just for checking the vulnerability we need to have an ethical hacker? It's not like that. The why question answers many points actually. It is to identify the risk or identifying the business criticality, because it's affecting the entire business as a whole, and further to protect it after finding remedies, and also to detect whether ethical hacker would basically or not. So, and the response and whether people work on incident handling, and then to find out precaution and recovery as needed to our system or anything. You can think now, in order to understand this topic, please visualize yourself working or a scenario where there is an online railway reservation ticket or banking system, or maybe a country's Ministry of Internal Affairs, or some important data, something. So you will get to understand why it is important. And here in this session, it's mostly explaining the techniques or the steps involved in the ethical hacking. So ethical hacking is something which we ourselves hack our system to check the vulnerability and the strength of our own system. Usually the companies, they hire professionals just for this purpose. So the main steps include collecting information from target websites. Example like session ID, platform information, what technology they are using, what software, operating system, organization details like email, phone number, the customer demographics, or anything. Using it can be, I have used some terms, it might not be exactly the same name. This is just a term only. New advanced technology or new companies, they have their own tools, customized tools available here. Using Firebug means it's an add-on. Web data extractor, which demonstrates steps of reconnaissance. That is the first step, collecting the information using tools. Second step is UDP and T. This is, I hope most of you might have a basic understanding of the networking, computer networking. So user datagram protocol and transmission control protocol are the two protocols in the network. So it's packet crafting technique using some commands, like you might be already familiar, ping command, like communicate from one IP to other IP or one station with the other station. Similarly, hping3 command is a command used for packet crafting technique. The third step is gaining Windows 8 or any other machine, whatever you're using. I use specifically one name for you to understand what is happening. Access using Metasploit exploitation toolkit. There are plenty of tools available nowadays in market, and even customized. Some of them, they don't even reveal the name of the tools actually. You can just go to Google or YouTube or anywhere, some tools related to this, you can get n number of examples. So maintaining access to system using SpyTech and Spy Agent. So once we have a collected information, then packet crafting happens, then gaining access, then maintain the acquired access using some SpyTech and Spy Agent. I know you will not understand if I explain n number of times using a PowerPoint presentation. When I was very curious about this topic, I have done a course with the Grey Campus Online University. I would be really happy to show some of those because there are simulations are there. Some simulations which will quickly help us to understand. I will share with that also with you, some video simulations. And real scenario, it's actually required to have 2-3 station, established connection, but it might take a longer time than 40-45 minutes. So what I have done is I have taken some videos from my course and also to demonstrate based on that. So, dear friends, ethical hacker, as an ethical hacker, the first thing is how to think like a hacker. So imagine now you are in front of us, in front of me to learn some basic techniques of the ethical hacking. Now all of us are thinking how to think like a hacker. What hackers do, that is the first thing. So I welcome you all to the 5 basic steps of ethical hacking. The first one, information gathering, reconnaissance, footprinting. I will explain more detail. Then scanning the host. Third one, gain access and hack into the system. Fourth one, hack into the network, the entire network. The last one, maintain the access to the victim machine and then cover the tracks. These are the basic 5 steps included in any hacking techniques. So let's move on further to see. First step, reconnaissance. Ethical hackers first step towards hacking. It's nothing but collecting network, host, or organization information. As I told you in the very beginning, you have n number of tools. Just let us take for this time a Firebug tool which access the website and gather information. I will demonstrate you through a video. Then second one, web data extractor. Collect email, phone number, any demographics, means further details from the station or host. Now I will take you to a demo to an iLab. It's a simulation actually, but for the convenience of an online webinar, I have accommodated like a video. Collect information using Firebug Mozilla plugin. it's like an add-on. You can install an add-on to the Mozilla or any browser. So there are different tools are available for compatible for different browsers. Extract web data using web data extractor. Let's see what's happening. Let's imagine this is one of the website or web server, whatever we would like to hack. Okay. So moviescop.com. So you can see on the right top here a Firebug tool. Okay. So what happened the moment when you activate this plugin or add-ons into your browser, it collects a lot of information. Let's see. I will take you to a video. Hope you can see that. I'm going to play a video. Just let me know if you can hear the sound or not. If not, please interrupt me. Hope you are seeing another screen with heading demo on iLab.
Let me show you the particular practical on top of tools like web data extract. So let me quickly move to the iLab. This is your iLab environment, which you will get.
Is it audible?
Yep. Yes, you are.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So it's self-explanatory itself. Let's play this video for 3 minutes.
Get access once you will be joining with CH course, and here you'll find the
CH is nothing but a certified hacker course available with Grey Campus Online University. You can see a lot of institutions giving these courses, and further on.
machines are available from server and client machines, which are connected with each other over network, and where you can do full-fledged ethical hacking techniques test as well as the methodologies and the tools. Let me move with the first technique that what we are going to see right now. That will be your Firebug. Now, Firebug is one of the tools which will collect information from the web applications. So let me quickly.
So how Firebug add-on is collecting or gathering information from your web application. That is what we are going to see in this small video.
Log into the machine. Once I'm inside the machine, let me move to the particular web browser, Mozilla Firefox. And let me connect to one of the websites which has been given from EC Council, www.moviescope.com. And you can see here there is a tool called Firebug 2.0 and 11. So once you click on it, it will take you to one of the panel below to the screen. And you can see there is a view called console view. You need to enable it to see all the context. So what I want to do here by using this tool. So this tool will help me to make sure that what kind of vulnerability this website has. So I'll just refresh the website. And it has been warning me that there is something related to its insecure connectivity, the network, the connectivity in application level, that is HTTP port level, which is insecure, which is plain text or data connections, all right, which is not HTTPS. Now, similar to that, you will find other informations also related to that. And as of lack of internet connectivity here, you can see it is not able to visible the things. But yes, you can collect information from here. Apart from this, you can also collect information from the HTML page itself, the web application, what kind of content it has, what kind of source code it has, what kind of characteristic it is going to use, and many more things, right? And let me move few things forward, like scripts. Even you can enable the script, and you can see here the number of scripts has been given on the particular panel itself. So you can check what this particular application is going to use here. And by going through this script, we can see different kind of vulnerabilities related to the programming languages, or maybe you can say there will be, mostly you will find the buffer overflow kind of things or loop kind of things you can see here, and you can find out the vulnerability out of it. There will be some DOMs as well as net. Net is something which will give you the platform information related to this particular web application, which is on top of which server it is going to be running, or what kind of a platform it is using. So let me do a refresh here. Now you can see there are multiple things has been open. And if you look into here closely to the header, you can see here, first of all, it is using somewhere around Windows NT machine 6.3, the user agent. And apart from this, you can collect information. One of the information you can see, it is using ASP.NET programming language. That is one more information we have gathered. As well as we have gathered information about the server. What kind of server it is using. It is Microsoft IIS, and the versions also even given. Now from here, I can even find out the vulnerability of the particular server. I can start doing an attack. Now, apart from this information, this particular Firebug tool will give you many more information related to HTML tag, CSS, JavaScript, and etc. Images, right? Plugins. You can see here multiple plugin informations and media informations, and yeah, at the end you will find cookies, which you can enable. And if anyone is sending any information like login credentials, like if I'll just show you one of the credentials here. For example, someone has put like the credentials like Sam and the password is test, and once they will log in, cookie can have the value. You can see the value which is given here can be used as to access to the particular website. So that will be something where you do not even need the user ID password to log into a particular website. So that's what we are going to see later in the classes.
Friends, hope you are still there.
Yeah.
Did you see that I am changing the screen, and can you see my PowerPoint presentation now?
Yes.
Okay. So we have seen using the Firebug tool, we were able to see a lot of things, including cookies, and without even needing the login credentials, we are able to log into a desired website if wanted, right? Now, the moment when you gather the information using any of these tools, for example, Firebug, there are so many in the modern world now. The next thing is scanning, actually. So it's like scanning the live host or scanning the port scanning, because each of this functions based on a port number, right? So open port, close port, even banners grabbing means as a platform about the operating system. So vulnerability assessment, like which level it has a vulnerability, especially on operating system level or application level, because the network topology, it works on OSI layers, 7 layers, right? Hope you know that. Each layer has its own strength and weakness. So it's scanning the entire thing, including the network topology. That is the second step in a ethical hacking or any type of hacking. So let's move on to the demo in iLab again, because without demonstrating, you won't understand what I am saying, even if I keep on explaining in a PowerPoint presentation. So here we use the UDP and TCP packet crafting using HPing3 tool. Ping is a normal command which we used in any disk operating system or anywhere to see the reply or response is happening, or communication is there between two host or IP addresses, right? Similarly, here we are using another command, HPing3, to establish the packet crafting. Let's see. Let's move to the iLab again and see how it's happening.
Information on the platform information, and the most important thing is the vulnerability assessment. To find out a vulnerability, and by using that vulnerability later stage, we can do a system hack, right? So these are the information you need to collect, and you need to build the network topology. So you need to find out what kind of environment it is, how the systems are connected together, what kind of ports are open, whether it is open or closed. If it is open, whether it is filtered with any firewall, if it is a software firewall or hardware firewall, or it may be some monitoring tools are used, or there may be a honeypot device which is giving me the information, the false information from the organization. Banner grabbing is something which is related to the operating system information, where the information has been collected the technological way, or which will help us to find out the vulnerability of a particular version of the operating system and enter into the platform and to do further attack steps. Vulnerability assessment is not only about the operating system vulnerability, it may be application level vulnerability, or it may be something which is related to the hardware level, firmware level vulnerability, or maybe kernel level vulnerability. So these all kind of vulnerability can be assessed. And as an ethical hacker, our task is to let the company know, let the particular organization know what kind of vulnerability their resources or their business critical posters have, and how soon they need to patch it, or what kind of the bad scenario can be possible by using those kind of vulnerabilities. So those information we need to report and we need to submit as a penetration tester. So here I'm going to show you some of the packet crafting techniques, and I urge here that you must have some networking knowledge to do this kind of labs. And for scanning, normally when we go for the CS topic, I basically start with training with the basic network concept.
Here, the demo also requires some basic knowledge about the network, basic networking. Nothing, it's like a basic, network layers and things. Most of us already know that, hope so. You also have the same. So here, you will see quickly in 2 minutes how exactly the packet crafting happening.
So that you will be a familiarization with what exactly we are doing here in scanning technique. So let me go for the iLab once again to run the scanning. Let me cancel this lab, so I'll be in the next topic, so that I will be from here. Meanwhile, the lab will be set up. So let me tell you what exactly this UDP and TCP packets are. Now, UDP and TCP are the two different protocols of TCP/IP. We call them the transport layer protocol. They are the logical end-to-end connectivity protocol, which is transmitting all our data from the application layer to the endpoints, right? And these user datagram protocols are called as connectionless protocols. So they do not wait for any acknowledgement. But in the other hand, TCP, transport control protocols, that is waiting for an acknowledgement from the receiver's end. And there will be something called three-way checking, which has happened to make the connectivity establishment. And that is where the hacker uses the flags. There are multiple flags. You will find like sync flag, you will find reset flag, you will find fin flag, you will find acknowledgement flag, you will find urgent flag, you will find push flag. These are the different flag uses to make the communication. But hackers use these flags to find out whether a port is open or closed. Right? So there are multiple techniques out there to find out the port is open or closed. There are multiple sync scan, or maybe the UDP scan, or you will find some of the advanced scanning techniques related to XMAS scanning, inverse scan, SIL scan. There are many more scanning techniques out there which we are going to see in the scanning topic. So let me show you some of the scanning techniques related to UDP and TCP scan by using HPing3 tools and the Wireshark. Wireshark is one of the monitoring tools.
He's talking about the Wireshark. Wireshark is like a monitoring tool which we can install in any operating system in TFS file, where it will keep on watching that. But here, as an ethical hacker, we do some tricks that the user will not understand that the Wireshark is being installed in the system or not. Let's see how we can do that using some small commands also.
Things we are going to do in HPing3 will be monitored by the Wireshark tool. So just to understand how the communication happens, how the packet crafting can be possible, how we can collect information by sending some crafted packet over UDP or TCP protocol. So let me show you here. So how exactly you can go for this protocol analysis or scanning, you can say. So let me connect quickly to the Kali Linux machine.
Here, the Kali Linux machine is a very special machine with especially prepared for hacking purpose, ethical hacking purpose. So it can, So it's establish a connection with a victim PC, like any Windows or Linux or any PC. So you will see how it's getting established a connection. Okay.
Where we'll use the HPing tool, root, and tour is the password. Let me quickly move to the application where you will find all the open source tools you will find which has been jarred down in this particular operating system. Now, from here, I'll go for information gathering, then I'll go for one of the tools related to live host identification and HPing 3. Let me make it full screen. So there are a few helps have been given. Even you can put help to collect, to get the help section information, how to use this particular tool. Now, let me quickly log into the victim machine. That will be Windows 8.1, where I want to do some kind of scanning, maybe TCP level scanning or UDP level scanning. And there I will run a WireSAC just to check whatever scanning packets I'm creating or whatever packets I'm tracking, whether it is giving me the particular kind of packet or not from HP. So just to checking purpose, I'm just using the WireSAC tool here. So let's quickly install the WireSAC tool here and let's see.
This is a victim computer actually. The victim computer, we are installing the tool now, Wireshark.
How we can crack TCP and UDP packets. Let me go for sniffing. Sniffing tools, WireSAC, and let me quickly install it.
It is just a sniffing tool only, yeah. Yeah, now you will see what's happening. The moment when we complete the installation of Wireshark, the sniffing tool, you can see such a thing happening to the victim computer. Okay.
Okay, so once the installation is over, run the WireSAC tool. And this WireSAC tool is going to use one of the packet or promiscuous mode using some kind of protocols through which you can do the packet analysis, or you can do not only packet analysis, you can do every particular level of analysis in the TCP/IP protocol. So let me just put start and let me move back to Kali Linux machine once it is running. So let me try to craft some of the packets. So first I'm going to craft one of the packet that is related to sync packet. So I'll put HPing 3. I'm going to scan few of the ports of that particular machine, Windows 8.1 machine. And there are multiple ports. You will find 65,535 ports are available, but we are not going to scan that much port. As of now, I'm going to scan 3,000 ports so that we can check what are the ports are open for that particular machine. Let me put the IP address of the machine. Now you can see here.
See, I hope you understand. He is just scanning the ports, first the 3,000 ports, keeping the IP address of the victim machine, the Windows machine here. So the moment he ran this, you can see.
There are few information it has been pointed out. So first of all, it is telling what are the ports are open as of now and what kind of services it is running. FTP, LOC services, NetBIOS, HTTP, Microsoft D, and yeah, you can see there are flags which is running right now. Sync acknowledgement flag has been sent, and that packet it is showing here. And the TTL value it is showing, how many hops it is in the same network. That's why the hops has not been changed. It is from the same network it is coming. IP ID is one of the identification ID which says that how many requests and response has already been done. Window size, that will be for flow control, and the length of the packet, some bytes, 44 bytes. Similarly, even you can perform a UDP packet crafting, okay, on top of this machine by putting HPing 3. And this time I'm going to use some technique of hacking. So this time I'm not going to use my own IP, my Kali Linux IP. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use some of the random IP address. So that can be possible on top of this Kali Linux machine. So over UDP attacks. So I'll go for random source, rand source, and I'll put some data, 500 bytes. Put enter. Now let it run. Let's examine it by moving to the Windows 8.1 machine. Let's do some analysis here. Port analysis. I can see there are lots of UDP ports are running.
Hanging. It is
now what I can do, I will stop this packet and let me examine one particular request and response. So let me double click on it. Let me make it full screen. You can see here, if you are familiar with TCP/IP protocol suite, you'll find the application layer where the PDU will be data. You can see the data which has sent over 500 bytes of data. And yes, after that, the transport layer, we have started with user datagram protocol, and it has a length of 508, and there are some checksums, which is false as of now. And on top of that, there will be an internet layer, which is having IPv4 version. You can see the source IP is a random IP. It's not my machine's IP. It's not my Kali Linux machine's IP. It is a random IP from where that particular scanning method has happened. And the destination IP is the Windows 8.1 machine's IP. And you can see there are some of the flags which is enabled, right? Not set, some flags are not set here, but UDP you will not find any flag because it is your connectionless protocol. TCP you will find some of the flags. Apart from that, you will find the Ethernet protocol layer where you will find the MAC address. You can see the source MAC and the destination MAC and the frame informations. The flow control, the checksums, and all those informations you can see here. This is where we can do protocol analysis or the packet analysis or TCP/IP suite analysis over Wi-Fi. Let me go for one more particular tool in the same thing. So let me restart the things. So let me move back to Kali Linux again. Let me stop the previous scanning. Let me move back again to Windows just to refresh the WireSAC. Okay, so this time let me do one of the TCP sync flood scan. So I want to do a flooding. I want to do an attack where it will hang the machine, right? So let me do a flood attack. So let me go to Kali Linux once again. And let me try to run the program. 172.17.19.61. And this time I'll pass the option parameter that is flood and press enter. Now, in a few seconds, the machine, the Windows 8.1 machine, you will find which will be, it's kind of DOS attack, you can say, which is stop providing the services. It is going to be hanged.
So friends, you saw that it's after the command has given us a flood attack, all the communication that were happening in the victim computer, which in this case is a Windows computer, has stopped. Now let's move to the next three steps, step 3 and 4, 5. So the third step will gain access and hack into the system. Fourth step will hack into the entire network. Then last step will maintain the access to the victim machine and then cover the tracks. Let's see how we can do this. See here, gaining access means it can be through password cracking or like a privilege escalation. Like they are saying, like we are somebody who is supposed to access it or authorized to get an access. And after that, it needs to have a maintain the acquired access. So we use special tools like rootkit, spykit. There are a lot of other tools available. Okay. So then what will happen? We'll cover the entire track by steganography and NTFS string. This is the climax of the hacking actually. How we are attacking the NTFS string and clearing log and also that's not included. So let's see. Let's go to the iLab again to see what is happening really. Okay, let's stand out. All right, I'm going to play this quickly to understand what is happening in the last 3 steps.
Access to someone's machine, right? And by doing Metasploit access, or maybe by doing password cracking. Now, I want that whatever my tools, whatever Trojans, whatever malicious applications, or whatever virus or worms are there in the machine I have deployed on the particular system or the host, that should not be identified by the particular user. Or I want to run few scanning tools to do further scan to their network environment. So in such scenario, I can go for tools like NTFS streaming, right? So now I'm going to show you how the NTFS streaming tools is going to work, right? How we can hide one particular application in a Windows machine or a server machine, so that whenever you want, you can open that application and you can do scanning. But when user is going to see it, user will see it as a text file, or it may be some service file which is part of the Windows machine.
This is like a movie now. We all have reached the climax of the movie, where you are like having a text file only, but actually in reality it's running the real scanning tool. So let's see how let's see quickly how it's happening.
So let's see how it works. So let me just go for the tool called NTFS streaming. I'll log into the Windows 2008 machine. Let me put the password, enter. Okay, now let me straight move to the C drive just to check what kind of file system it has, because we need an NTFS file system. Obviously, Windows machine says all NTFS formatted file system. You can see here. Now I'm going to create a folder here where I'll just give the name as NTFS. Okay. And inside this particular folder, I'm going to put one of the scanning tool. And basically, I'm going to hide one of the scanning tool, you can say, in this machine. I'll go for scanning tool. And then I'll go for one of the scanning tool like SuperScan. Just copy this one. Go for NTFS. Here. Now, go back to NTFS and right click on it. Go for command and then
Can you make okay, you made it already.
A file called readme.txt. Basically, I'm creating a text file.
So he has created a text file under the folder NTFS. So what is we are doing is we are creating a folder first called NTFS, and using the commands in the DOS or command prompt, we are creating a simple text file there, and typing there something like this is like we are like imitating like this is an important operating system file. If you delete it, system will crash or something. So but indirectly we can have a exe of scanners tool there. Let's see how.
To hide my application there in this text file. So let me put some content here. This is one of the system generated text file. By deletion, it can crash your system. Something I put, save it.
So now we have a text file.
Now, once you have done that,
NTFS.
Now go for list directory, dir.
Yeah, you
can see there is a text file called readme.txt, which is of 85 bytes. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide this superscan2, which is part of this folder, NTFS folder, inside this text file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type, and this thing only possible once you are into the system. I'm going to show you in the classroom training how you can hack into the system and how you can colon superscan.
So this is a simple command that we can use to run the superscan. So what's C?
Superscan
.exe.
4.1.exe. Okay, enter. Once you have done that, now again put dir just to list out whether it has created. Okay, now what
dir is just a small command in those, just to list the, like we are double clicking in a GUI operating system, in the disk operating system or CLI, we use dir to see. So now you can see it's already there, superscan there.
I'm going to do, I'm going to delete my tool, which I don't need right now, because this tool, if it will be directly there, the user may find it like someone has attacked his machine. So I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete from the recycle bin also. Let me delete it from the recycle bin also. The tool is completely deleted from the system. There is no such tool, right? You can find only the txt file is there. Okay. Now let me do a link like a service, something called windows.exe file or something. Let me put mk link.
Make a link, yeah.
And windows.exe. This is one of the files I want to keep there in that location. And where I'll give the link to read.txt. And superscan, that is my tool, which I have linked previously, .exe, and press enter. Now the link has been created. Now even if you'll go to the particular folder, you will find there is a file called windows.exe has been created here. Now normally for a person, if you look into this location, you will find, okay, so there is some Windows related file has been created, and you will look into the txt file, it will show them, okay, so it's a system generated file, don't touch it, right? And he do not know what exactly it can do. So the hacker know what exactly it can do. So hacker is just going to run windows.exe, and here you go. You have the superscan2, and you can go for Windows enumeration, and you can enumerate any machines with their network. So for example, I'll go to one of the machine 172, 17, 19, 61. That is one of the Windows machines. So I can enumerate it, right? So this is how it helps, or this is how we can do cover the tracks. We do maintain access. We do gaining access. But the thumb rule is your scanning must be proper. You should know how to find out the vulnerability. And as an ethical hacker, we do not do any illegal tasks. We let the company know if your system is vulnerable, this is what can be possible. You can show to the company, or you can show to the organization. You can make a report out of it. You can penetration test it, right? So this is all about CEH. So if you have any query.
Dear friends, that is the main 5 steps included in a ethical hacking or any type of ethical hacking. So to summarize, yeah, this is, as I told you, this is from the Grey Campus, Online University. Here, to summarize, let me tell you, ethical hacking is hacking any system to protect, in order to protect the company system or organization system, to see the vulnerabilities in the systems. So it's contained the 5 steps in all cases. So information gathering, scanning, gain access, hack into the network, then maintaining access. So you might be thinking now, how modern company, I can actually stop sharing this. Yeah. All right. I hope I can see you now. Yeah. All right. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So you might be thinking, why this is so important, because nowadays most of the companies have a hacking profession, ethical hacker as a professional hired into the company to protect their own system. And the hacker is responsible to make or customize the hacking tools, which is not used by other companies or other competitors. So if you go to Google or any online portal, or you can see a lot of examples which has been already listed in the established hacking tools. But more important, business holders, they don't use those things. Maybe they use some of them, but they customize it to accommodate their needs and requirements. In such way, they make sure their system is protected from hackers. So whether it is a ethical hacking or a real hacker hacking into any system, banking system or communication system or government portals, the procedures or steps and techniques are same. So the moment we as a human become hacker, think about becoming a hacker or something, understand that we are going to spoil the entire community by hacking that, not only that particular business. So the cyber security, cyber ethics, everything is connected to this portion. So I'm not going through that all steps. So let me conclude. Ethical hackers are professional working for the organization or the business to protect their own system. So if you are interested in this field, you have plenty of courses available, even online nowadays. You can get certified as a ethical hacker and advanced ethical hacker, and you can get quickly hired as a professional ethical hacker in big companies. So it's a kind of very interesting topic for everybody nowadays, and nowadays it's the scope is more than any before. That's all the conclusion and summary about the topic. Hope you understood some basic steps of ethical hacking. If you have any questions or queries, I'm here. If I can answer, I will be happy to do that. Thank you, Arjun.
Yeah, thank you. Guys, go for a question session.
It is the Q&A session. Now you can all ask your doubts and queries directly through the mic or using chat box. Meanwhile, the others, please fill the feedback form present in the chat box. Ma'am, we have a question in the chat box. The question is, can you say about bug bounty?
Bug bounty?
Yeah.
Bug bounty is a tool in the modern world, actually. It's a 360 package for the hacking, actually. I think a lot of people, I'm not a professional hacker, but I can say it's provide a complete solution for hacking. But people or organization don't use this as it is. They do a lot of customization over it. Yeah. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Yeah. So it's all about how the streaming and information gathering and establishing the connections and together as a round package is done with this technology. I have not used bug bounty, but I have read about it. Yeah. Any other questions? About bug bounty, what I have to say is it's a complete package providing the hacking solutions as a whole. You may ask any other question. We can discuss, because more questions, like for example, ethical. If you ask a number of questions, see, in nowadays more and more new things are coming. Whatever you learn, hackers, they compete each other to identify or discover, invent new thing, because it should be the one which nobody else used before. Otherwise, it's not good enough to be, competing with the other business. That is why you find like a lot of fancy names as like a tool or as a technique or as a whole, but the organization might not be using them all, but the same technique they use actually. Yes, any other questions or anything that we can discuss?
Some questions are there in the chat box.
Ma'am, there's another question. Can you say about OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities?
I think OWASP, as far I know, it's vulnerabilities regarding different aspects of a system, whether it is platform, the pods, or the layers, or the applications regarding anything. So I'm not an expert actually, but I can tell you it's all about the vulnerabilities related to different aspects of any system. When we think about hacking, it's actually checking how quickly or easily I, as a hacker or ethical hacker, can get into the system. So the top 10 vulnerabilities, you can see, I think it's mostly related to the platform, like operating system, and the network topology can be related to the connection established, and the packet system or the protocols used for the communication, and the software used to work, function, or develop that particular application. How complicated or how simple your system is compared to the other systems. So that's what based on hackers work all around to find a way to get in or intrude into our systems, especially or OWASP. I have read an article like they have been keen to search on a particular vulnerability which might be more powerful in case of one system, but might not be that powerfully related to the other system. So if you see any system or application or program or business, some systems you can see vulnerability may be related to the platform or operating system, but some other case it may be related to the infrastructure, or some other business or the program, it may be related to their port or their packet system or anything. So it can be anything. So we, as a professional ethical hacker working for a business or a company, the main responsibility is to identify our own company's vulnerabilities. So in that case, you might need to go different topics, especially nowadays. New things are coming. So you need to keep updated on yourself and to see which category or which part of our system is more vulnerable compared to others or other competitors in the market.
Ma'am, Brijesh, I'm sorry. Midun T is asking to say about dark web usage, bad sides of dark web usage.
Sorry, what is that again?
The bad sides of dark web usage.
Bad sides of?
Dark web usage. It is in the chat box. Please check.
What's that chat box? Mithun, can you say about the drawbacks of dark web usage, you're saying? Hello? Mithun, I can see there is something called dark web usage, right? It's like danger. See, I hope it's the drawbacks of dark web usage or bad sites or dangerous things related to the dark web usage. See, here's some. See, for example, you can see some of them are virus. You know, some websites they couldn't infect your device with virus because they are that much protected. A lot of different types of viruses to watch out for. And if you're downloading something, especially from a website or a unprotected URL, you might know that fact that all websites or URLs are not trusted, even though you look very trusted, but they can have scripts or links which can take you to any virus. So the main disadvantages, I think, it can exploit, you know, a lot of threats into your program, and it might also abuse, like, you know, because, you know, it's once the site or web portal is attacked by virus, means it's everything and anything, right? It's like you can do whatever you want. So the bad side, if you ask the bad sides of this type of thing, means it's as we know, anything what people do online, you know, and they are what we are not supposed to do, like anything like unwanted use of threats, or, you know, any harassing, tackling, child harassing, bullying, anything illegal, anything can be, you know, it's actually illegal, you know. That's what, yeah. This is what very will to be. I remember when I was a student, curious to learn this hacking, my teacher, my professor said, you must learn cyber security and importance, and before you start learning hacking, because we must educate our children or the generation what is the importance of cyber security, or how it protected our systems are. If internet policing is there, how we have in our society, you know, the criminal and cyber crime is there, you know, it's punishable. Until unless we are aware of it, I think we are not eligible to study or practice hacking techniques, because the moment when we are exposed to that, or we learn, or we you know, become an expert veteran in that area, we feel like we are masters. Yeah, we feel like we are masters. We can intrude into any website or any IP or any PC. So it's all about how we can find it's ethical, or where we know how where is our limit, right? Yes. Hello.
Ma'am, Midun T is again asking about by entering to a uncontrolled process like Tor and etc. Or other deep websites will make any issues.
By entering
Through uncontrolled browsers like Tor or etc., some other deep websites will make any issues.
it will definitely, because your system is exposed to different cookies, right? Because a lot of unwanted things are down. See, whenever we go to any browser or a website, we must understand what is happening to our computer system. A lot of temporary files, cookies are downloading, and they are available in our system until unless we deliberately delete it, which is a real helping step for a hacker. So hackers are looking all around, you know, is there any system like, especially, you know, downloaded with this particular cookies, because some hacking softwares or tools are specially made to identify or catch a hook with that particular cookies only. So when you go to some vulnerable website or this one, what is happening, unknowingly or knowingly, you are giving a chance to the hacker to get into your systems. Uh, for example, you are keep on, I mean, suppose you are using a computer, shared computer in your home, and your father is working in a ministry or maybe in a bank, and you are just going, some time and they are using it and playing or some other website or online games or some, less important things where a lot of unwanted cookies, vulnerable cookies are getting downloaded into that computer. That's it. That's it the hacker is looking for. The moment you are going to a less secured website, the cookies coming to your site, you don't even imagine that vulnerability. So that is a really helping channel for the ethical hacker to establish a connection. Once he established a connection with that particular IP address of that computer, he can easily, a hacker can get into your father's systems. Maybe your father have saved a password there. He can get anything. So be careful whenever you go to a shared computer and not to go unwanted website, unwanted or less secured websites. This is what the precaution we need to use, and we need to teach our upcoming generations who are not even knowing, including my son. He's playing everything, like what is there, Gary or Roblox, everything. So I keep on, I never allow him to touch my computer, or I don't even touch his computer. What does that means? The moment when I am using his computer to log into my hot email, just email or my office system or VP, whatever it is, the same IP address we are using to get established connection, right? So the potential hacker, if this is a best chance. So if you are really working in such an organization where the system needs to be protected and you're accountable and responsible for that, means never ever use other shared computer. Better you dedicate a PC for that, and even in that PC you make sure you don't play games or don't watch movies or whatever it is. I mean, it's a matter of confidentiality, security. Security is because the data is the master in this world. The moment when you give a chance, it's gone out of our control. Yeah, it is.
So another question is it's not a question, it's a request to suggest. Let me check once again.
There are a lot of questions, I think, in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of them are specifically asking about some hacking attacks. I don't think it's like similar. I have you heard about a hacking happened to Zoom, and it's happening everywhere. I don't know how many of you have heard about that already. Most of the question looks like different examples or scenarios happened, or a special type of tool used. So I don't think, I mean, the thing what I would suggest you as a learner is to learn the basic and generalize your knowledge on that topic, because as you know, there are different brands for anything in the world. Like a pen, if you are purchasing, hacking tools have different brands and versions and tools. So all of them are working on the same principle actually. Because if you, for example, I can see a question here, it's all actually similar questions for me. Why? Because maybe you are not familiar with that particular name, but believe me or not, if you just put it in the Google or any search engine to get an answer for that, you can see it's just giving you an incident happened related to that name, then taking you back again to the basic, what is related to it. So it's all about if you want to learn something, as a beginner, I remember I was curious and I started with the hacking certification in hacking CH. You can actually go to Grey Campus. I can type in I think you're familiar. Grey Campus is a very good Grey Campus. They are very cheap and very professional and good quality. Grey Campus provide good courses related to hackers, and some courses are free during I don't know if it's still free or not. During the COVID, a lot of people were coming online in front of the PC. Grey Campus, I was an enrolled member, and I had got a lot of courses free of cost. It's really helped us to understand the basics. Some of them available in YouTube. I don't know how much, but yeah, I can. Just a minute. This one, I think this video they posted in YouTube. What's that? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this video was the most, yeah, I can share one link in the chat box. You can go to this link. This is a video, a basic of hacking techniques. It's around 45 minutes, I think. You will see what is exactly happening. Then you go through online portals and learn on it instead of just going with a name or an attack incident. We have heard about in different countries, different location, different incidents and related names, right? So I'm not saying it has nothing to do with this, but they are the good examples of how it's have been happened. So yeah, that's all news or happenings around related to these topics.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah. If no more question, I think Nina, we can end it up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Thompson, go on. Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
Thompson.
this is Tom. Yeah, I would like to take just 1 minute here. I know the time is up, but I just would like to share some feedback and a thought. May I go ahead?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, Ms.Sabeena, for a wonderful session today. And I just remember when I started my career some many years ago, out of interest, we started an interest group in our company at that time, and I continued in my own way. And some of the members, one guy, I came to know that he's a big guy in UK now on cybersecurity, who was junior joined at that time in our company, and he's doing very well. So my just to the student group here, my feedback is that the cybersecurity and all these related areas are very, very important, and career opportunities are immense. So thanks, Sabeena, Ms. Sabeena, once again for enlightening all of us today. But I would like to just touch upon one other unrelated thing right now. I remember in the last session, I had 1 or 2 sessions some time ago to the same group. So I don't remember exactly if I had shared this thought. It's nothing technical. In the beginning, Arjun told that Ms. Sabeena is a Toastmaster. And I'm happy to highlight that exact point. Guys, if you are listening to me, there are 36 more people here right now, 36 people. Toastmasters is an important part of your career. I know Sabeena might have taken a lot of advantage from it. I'm also a Toastmaster in Bangalore. I attend one of the best in the country, the club called LA 1924. I don't know which club you attend, ma'am.
I have been part of 8 clubs actually. Right now, I'm a division director. I have been in Toastmasters past 6.5 years, and I don't see any reason to discontinue it. It's a continuous learning, and I enjoy it a lot actually. Yeah. I was a member in Elite Toastmasters, Doha Toastmasters, Doha Advanced Toastmasters, then Phoenix International Toastmasters, and there was a club called Laughter Yoga Toastmasters Club. I took a membership there also, and I was part of another club called Excel Toastmasters. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that information. So I was just telling about the importance of joining a Toastmaster. Guys and girls here in this group, I know the challenges of those who are from Kerala. I've seen that thing when I recruited the people from there and my colleagues here. There's a challenge always of speaking English fluently and confidently and effortless speech. I know it's a challenge for many of us from Kerala. Okay, so Ms. Sabeena has got a lot of experience in that thing, and you could reach out to her later. I would suggest each one of you to go and join a Toastmaster club in Kerala if it is there nearby. Nowadays, everything is online. You don't have to go there physically. Okay, so that will help you immensely, and a lot of knowledge, technical knowledge, marks, everything is fine. But if you can't talk, and if you can't express, and if you can't ideate, and if you can't communicate, you are gone. I'm telling you, the competition in the city species is very much, you're losing out. So as a part of a giving back to the community, KEA is giving a chance to a lot of people to listen to us, our experienced people, to get a lot of tons of knowledge in 1 hour. That's why Arjun was telling this is the 23rd session. We'll be coming with more, but along with it, it is your responsibility to improve your language, both spoken and written. I've seen some of the comments and questions in the chat box. I'm sorry to tell you that you should be able to write clear English. Sabeena has some issue understanding what is the question about. It's not clear. Don't write in chat or SMS way, SMS language when you're in a formal platform. It should be clear. If you can't write clear, simple English, you're gone. You won't be heard in other platforms. So I would encourage you guys write clearly and very nicely and straightforward when you communicate. The same way you should practice to talk fluently and effortlessly and without mistakes. That's a minimum requirement. So I'll leave it to you. Sorry to have taken a few minutes, and this is my feedback to all the student community members here. All the best, guys, and I'm sure you will take it to the next level. Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye.
Dr. Tomza. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you, Nina.
Before
Okay.
that, before that, Arjun and Mr. Tom George, I just want to thank uh, Government Engineering College of Wayanad, Bangalore chapter for giving this opportunity to present this session. Really thankful for accommodating the time and really enjoyed giving the session with you. Thank you. Hope to see you again. Over to you, Nina. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. We have come to the end of an edifying webinar. I would like to mention our deep sense of appreciation for Ms.Sabeena for sharing your knowledge with us today. We are indeed privileged to have an eminent personality like you with us. I may like to express our sincere thanks to GCW Alumni Association, especially Mr. Arjun Sundareshan, for this opportunity. I also extend my thanks to Shabisa and Tom sir for being with us here. I cannot thank everyone enough for your really big involvement and willingness to this webinar. I hope this webinar will help you in your future. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, one more time. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. See you next.